Hey class, I wanted to show you a really great tool for creating the skybox. So while you're reading through the stuff this week, most of the tutorials, the videos, the guides, etc. are about implementing the skybox within your engine of choice. So whether you're using Unity or Unreal, it's not overly difficult to add a new skybox to your scene. So while most of those videos really cover putting the skybox in, I also wanted to create a little video on creating the sky itself using a pretty cool tool. So this is Rosebud Ai. It's a game development kind of suite that is more designed around using vibe coding and AI coding help. Again, this site's been around longer than the term vibe coding for creating kind of web-based games utilizing AI. It's not the most popular site in the world, so you might not have ever heard of it, but it's got some really cool tools that you can check out if you're interested in doing that kind of thing. This tool is just lab Rosebud AI / skyboxes. I'll put a link right below this video or above this video. And I want to kind of show you. So the biggest hiccup I've had with using this tool is sometimes the skybox doesn't generate, so you might have to try it a few times. So when you first click on it, there are a couple of these different portals, they call it. Again, these are basically just examples. So you can see here is an AI generated skybox that this tool has made. Now there is another AI skybox generation tool which is absolutely stunning. And recently it used to have free kind of access, but they pretty much locked everything downloadable behind their paywall. So this one's really cool. It's a great tool. The fidelity of the quality of the images and stuff is so much better than the other one, but also they stopped letting you download stuff without paying for it. So again, you're welcome to check this out if you find that you're enjoying creating AI skyboxes. I'm sure there's probably some other tools being developed, if they're not out yet, that will come out that do this kind of same thing. This tool is actually really neat. This company, Blockade Labs, is finding ways to convert these giant skyboxes into navigatable areas. So we might be coming back to this pretty soon and utilizing it to do even more. Which maybe that could justify a subscription, but these days everything has a subscription. So we're just going to come back to this guy here, and we're going to type in a prompt for our skybox. So we'll say fantasy skybox, mountains, space, sky with large planet. Let's see. Let's just leave it like that and see what we got. So I will say one of the biggest differences between this one and Skybox AI from Blockade Labs is this was a little simpler. This one, again, is completely free to use. You don't have to even log in or sign up. Again, I haven't even logged in yet to be able to utilize it, so it's pretty cool. It does take a little while to generate, so keep that in mind. And again, sometimes it hangs up. The other tool, you can really be specific and spend some time really crafting the prompt. I have found this tool, it handles simple prompts better. What's cool though is, of course, we can generate our scene in here, and then we could go into like Photoshop and clean it up, make some changes, modify it, and really make it even better. What's nice about this is it generates a sphere map. So if you're using a sphere for your skybox, again, I know the term skybox is funky when you're using a sphere, but if you're using a skybox sphere, this is already kind of prepped for it. So the distortion on the objects and stuff is already in place. So you can see here, again, a little bit of distortion here. It's having a little bit of trouble because we're near the polar coordinate at the top. So I could maybe try to clean that up a little bit and fix it or fade it out so you don't see the top if I want to in Photoshop. Overall, it's not bad. The clouds look nice. There's definitely some planets and space around. There's some mountains around. You got your sun there. I'm happy with it. It looks pretty good. So you got to see it didn't even take that long today. Maybe there's not a lot of call on it. I'm just going to click download, and here is my 2D image. So you can see here, it created the polar coordinates, but notice the roundness of this top of this planet, but when we put it on the sphere, you could see some of that pulling. So here again is one of those instances where when we actually apply this to the sphere, it can sometimes have trouble, okay? So again, sometimes you might need to kind of tweak it, modify it. If we feel like we have too many planets, that's one thing. I definitely wanted one big planet on this, but I kind of feel like I don't mind some of these little planets, but there are a lot. So again, I might make some changes. All right, you got to see how easy that was. We'll pop this thing over into Photoshop and maybe clean it up a little bit over there. I'll make a second video for that, but I wanted to showcase this tool, show you kind of how easy it is. I did want to address the kind of more name brand alternative in case anybody who does want to pay for that and explore it. Again, this tool, Skybox AI from Blockade Labs, I have used a lot. Again, I used it a lot before it got kind of locked behind that paywall, and it's a pretty amazing tool. But if you're like me and you're all about free or cheap tools, this one you can't beat the cost. And so while it might still need some tinkering, you might need to take it in Photoshop and make some adjustments, it's a great place to start. So keep that in mind, and it kind of helps demonstrate what it looks like flattened and what it looks like on a sphere.